By the looks of the Lakers season right now, we know that the LA Lakers are probably not going to be making the playoffs, which also will mean that Luke Walton will not remain as the head coach. I mean, it's just obvious, right? When we look back at his substitution patterns, his offensive schemes, the way that he calls timeouts and draws stuff out of timeouts, it's just not going to cut it, and the Lakers need somebody a lot better than Luke Walton to manage and coach the team. We know that Jeanie Buss loves Luke Walton, and I think it's just because he played with Kobe Bryant in those championship years, the later ones, not the earlier ones. And so Jeanie Buss also saw that he was a champion for the Warriors and said, you know what, I think it's going to be a perfect fit for us. But we know that Magic Johnson, Rob Pelinka, and even LeBron James, the guy that you're trying to keep happy, is just not happy in accepting Luke Walton as the head coach. I mean, we see time to time that Luke Walton is just not capable and just not the right guy for the Los Angeles Lakers job, especially when it comes to LeBron James, because LeBron James likes certain type of people. And we even know that Eric Spoelstra was not one of those people that he liked, but he had to get along because Pat Riley said he wasn't going to come down and coach. So the real question is going to be, who is going to replace Luke Walton as the head coach? Because there was a lot of options. You know, guys like Jason Kidd have been rumored. Phil Jackson, even though that would probably never happen ever. Doc Rivers is another person that is also rumored to be that coach there. But one guy in particular that is getting strongly, and as the weeks go on, it feels like the rumors are starting to get more and more true about this one. And of course, Chris Broussard and Colin Cowherd brought this up. But the guy that a lot of Lakers fans aren't seeing that could be the next head coach is Tyronn Lue. And if you guys don't remember who Tyronn Lue is, he was of course the Cleveland Cavaliers head coach when LeBron James won his championship and also played the last 4 years there in Cleveland. We know that he just got fired this season in 8 games just due to the fact that they want to tank, they want to rebuild. And I just think that it was unfair for him to, now that he's finally gotten a team on his own without the pressure of LeBron James, without the anxiety attacks of having LeBron James there, it sucks to see that he never got that opportunity to be the head coach. But we know that if Tyronn Lue is really the head coach, we know about the health issues of Tyronn Lue, and this is what causes me to kind of halt the brakes and just kind of realize, is Tyronn Lue the best option for the LA Lakers? Because we remember 4 years ago, even just last year when he was on the Cavaliers and LeBron James was there too, he had panic attacks because of the way the media was going at LeBron James, the way that the season was going. It just causes me to really question why Tyronn Lue would want to put himself in an environment again which will cause him health problems. I don't want the guy to get a heart attack or a panic attack again, because I think that that's just not fair to him. He wants to coach and be a great coach and see what he can do on his own. And this is the reason why I got so upset with the Cleveland Cavaliers this season for firing him. You should have just kept him, because if you would have just kept him, then I think you would have done a better job and a service to him to see like, oh, maybe he can coach. Oh, maybe he's our coach for the future. We'll keep him for a very long time and he'll just develop the young guys so that way they'll be ready to go once playoff starts and when they finally become a playoff viable team. The thing is also, me and my boy Pete, I should say, we talked about Tyronn Lue and how we don't think that he's a great coach, and in all honesty, I don't think that he is. Offensive scheme wise, it was more of LeBron James space the floor out and pass to the shooters. That was the offense, and that's the reason why I think even though me and my boy Pete kind of criticized him for it, it's the reason why I think you have to do your job in terms of letting him play, letting him have a season to see what he can do. What are his offensive schemes? We know defensively he's a great coach, but what are his offensive schemes? That's the thing that really irks me and really confuses me as to why the Cleveland Cavaliers fired him, and the reason why I'm confused as to why the Lakers would want to bring him in. Out of all the options though, I mean, I can't really say I blame them. I mean, obviously, maybe Doc Rivers, and I know this is a guy that I'm not a big Doc Rivers fan anymore. He won us a championship for Boston, but I'm just not a huge fan of him. And I think maybe he would be a better fit than I would say a guy like Tyronn Lue or Jason Kidd. The fact that Jason Kidd is on this list of players that will be rumored to join the team, I just don't think that that's going to be a viable option. I know that Tyronn Lue has spent a couple months now with Doc Rivers. I believe 3 months ago. He's just going to be as an informal role, spending time around the LA Clippers team. And I just think that since Tyronn Lue has been in LA, I think that this is kind of where the rumors started and why people are saying maybe Tyronn Lue will take the job. It's going to be a very interesting case to see who will want to be the LA Lakers head coach. Because I think right now, the way that the season's gone about, the way that the young players have played, the way that LeBron James has handled this stuff, I think it's causing a lot of coaches to really wonder, is this worth it? Is it worth to coach a guy like LeBron James? Is it worth to coach the young kids? Is it worth to coach an organization, the LA Lakers, that's lost its luster a little bit? That's going to be the biggest question going into next season, especially as we now know that the Lakers are not making the playoffs. We're going to start moving towards what is the next step for the future for them. And of course, me and my boy Pete, we did a video on that on the free agency. And also, is it Magic Johnson's fault that the Lakers are like this? I say yes. Go and check out that video and leave a comment down below on what you guys think of that whole ordeal. But just going back to the Tyronn Lue thing, the last point that I'll say is this. We know that Tyronn Lue didn't get a fair shot. We know that he's a former Laker legend for many ways than not. Obviously, he's an NBA champion with the LA Lakers. Obviously, the Allen Iverson crossover didn't really help him that much. But nevertheless, Luke Walton is just not the right fit. And we know that for a fact. And I just think that it's going to be interesting to see if Jeannie Buss is going to be owner enough. Is she going to be big enough? Is she going to put her ego and her pride aside away for saying, you know what, I want to keep Luke Walton and fire him? I think that more than likely he will be fired, because I think that Jeannie Buss says, you know what, Magic, Rob, I think I want to give you guys the reins and the keys to the kingdom, because I think that you guys are the basketball guys. We paid you for it. We're going to let you do it. And it's just going to be an interesting case and situation whether or not Tyronn Lue will accept the job or not, only from the fact that his health is the thing that scares me the most about Tyronn Lue going to the LA Lakers, and the way that he had panic attacks, anxiety attacks. It just isn't a good recipe, especially when LeBron James is the catalyst for it. And it's not saying that it's not LeBron James's fault. What I'm saying is that some guys can handle that situation, some guys can't. And it's looking like Tyronn Lue in his later years is not going to be able to handle that. Obviously, the first year where they won a championship together, it was like a dream come true. They were obviously ecstatic. They were happy. They got the championship. They played very well, and this is Tyronn Lue's best coaching season. And then once you get to the top of Mount Everest, once you get to the top of that hill, the top of the mountain, which is the NBA championship, it's going to be another quest and another situation where you have to climb that thing again next year. And they almost did. And it's just the fact that I think Tyronn Lue just kind of said, you know what, this is probably the most scrutinized season I think I've ever had in my whole life. I don't know if I really want to do this anymore. And I just think that the fact that he wasn't given another opportunity in Cleveland just kind of solidifies the fact that they didn't really want him there. I think that because he was a LeBron James guy, Dan Gilbert said, you know what, we're getting rid of you. And I just think that that's, of course, coming on the pettiness of Dan Gilbert, and that's probably going to be another discussion, another topic for a different day. But I want to know what your guys' opinion is on this story. Tyronn Lue rumored to be the next LA Lakers head coach. Vegas favorite and also heavily rumored. Do you guys agree that Tyronn Lue should be the next head coach? Or do you guys think that a guy like Mark Jackson, Doc Rivers, or Jason Kidd would be a better option than Tyronn Lue? I'd love to know your guys' comments and opinions in the comment section down below. But anyway, guys, this has been your boy Bernie here on The Charge, giving the latest NBA news and rumors and also basketball opinions. If you guys haven't checked out our other videos, go ahead and do so. Of course, like I talked about, we do a video on the LA Lakers and what I believe is Magic and Rob Pelinka's fault as to why the Lakers are like this. Also, remember to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.